You know, the last couple of years, the grasshoppers have not been devouring my entire garden. I've been fighting the deer to keep the deer off of my garden instead. But grasshoppers are showing up already. I was out in my garden last night working, and there was little teeny tiny grasshoppers just starting to nibble on everything. And those little teeny grasshoppers are going to quickly turn into great big grasshoppers, and they're going to devour like crazy. So preventatively, there's quite a few things we can do to try and stop the grasshoppers before they get so aggressive that they're eating us out of house and home, which is going to happen this year. Lots and lots of bugs this year. So a couple different options. Even though this is Mosquito Go Granules, the cedar oil that's in here actually repels grasshoppers as well. It works wonderfully on mosquitoes, but it works on grasshoppers, it works on moths, it works on all kinds of flying insects that are going to come in and lay their eggs on your plants as well too. So the Mosquito Go Granules have cedar oil in there, and the cedar oil is all natural. It smells wonderful. You can use it in around your plants, you can use it in vegetable gardens, you can use it in all kinds of different locations. And the Mosquito Go Granules, that cedar oil, will repel the insects before they start to do damage, and it works wonderfully on grasshoppers. So lasts about 2 weeks. Very, very effective at repelling insects out of the areas where you don't want them to come and nibble on your plants. And the Mosquito Go Granules works great on grasshoppers. There's also a very effective biological insecticide, and this is called NOLA Bait. Now the NOLA Bait, since it's a biological spore, it only kills grasshoppers. It doesn't kill anything else. So it won't kill ants, it won't kill spiders, it won't hurt people, it won't hurt pets, it just kills grasshoppers. What it does is it infects the grasshoppers with a virus, and the grasshoppers become ill. They don't like to, you know, it's just like when you and I get sick, we're usually not very hungry, we're kind of lethargic, we're just really tired, and you'll notice that the grasshoppers, once they become infected with the NOLA Bait, they just don't hop as aggressively, they're a lot slower, they don't eat plants. And so you can use the NOLA Bait out in the areas around your property, out in the field out back, or the vacant lot next door, where the grasshoppers are coming from, and get them infected with this and sick before they actually make it to your yard, because they're going to stay in the areas where it's green and lush and beautiful, and once their food source starts to dry up, then they're going to start moving for greener pastures, which means they'll be moving to your garden or to your lawn or to your yard. So you want to use the NOLA Bait when their food source starts to dry up, and then as they consume the NOLA Bait, then they stop eating the plants, and then they start to infect their other grasshopper friends as well too. So the NOLA Bait, very, very safe to use. It does take a couple weeks for it to start working, so you have to be patient with it, and you really want to get it out in the areas where the grasshoppers are coming from, because if they're eating it in your yard, they could consume stuff in your yard for a couple weeks before they're really infected with the NOLA Bait. So a very, very effective way to stop grasshoppers before they get to your yard, and it works multi-generationally. So if grasshoppers get infected with it, once they die, the other grasshoppers will actually eat them, and they can start infecting other generations of grasshoppers. So this is more of a long-term, it will actually last for multiple years, so it'll winter over in grasshoppers that are wintering over and start infecting grasshoppers the next year. So this is much more of a long-term control for the grasshoppers. Very, very, very effective, but remember, it's biological, it only kills grasshoppers, so extremely safe to use in all kinds of areas and applications. Then the Bug Blaster is one of my favorites for knocking down grasshoppers. It comes hose end, where you can just take this and just attach it right onto your hose, and then you can spray areas down. It comes in a concentrate you can use in your own sprayer. The Bug Blaster, it will knock them down almost instantly. In fact, a couple years ago, when the grasshoppers were really bad, I had to spray around my vegetable garden, and I used the Bug Blaster, and I started on the east side. By the time I got all the way around my garden and back to where I started, there were little dead bodies already. So the Bug Blaster, safe to use on lawns, trees, shrubs, flowers. You can use it around your vegetable garden as well too. And there's a type of Bug Blaster, it's a little milder formula that's made for use in vegetable gardens as well too, so you can use it on all your vegetables. So the active ingredient in here is called bifenthrin, and the Bug Blaster is a little too strong to use in your vegetable garden, but I've got another form of the bifenthrin that's totally safe to use on vegetables as well, and very, very effective on the grasshopper. So we have a lot of different options on controlling the grasshoppers, but the key is to start when they're small. If you wait until they get much bigger, when you have much larger grasshoppers, it just doesn't work nearly as well at controlling the grasshopper. So start while they're small. Let's either repel them, push them out, get them to go over to your neighbor's house, or we can try and start killing them with the NOLA Bait. Again, very safe, biological, only kills grasshoppers. Or if you need a quick knockdown, the Bug Blaster does a great job at knocking those grasshoppers down before they really start to do a lot of damage. And let's get those guys under control before they eat up our yards this year.